Welcome to Two Guys with a Beard. My name is Michael. Next to me, my lovely co-host Janos, as always.
Hi there. Good morning.
Welcome to 2017. We survived 2016 in a way.
Just barely.
Barely, yeah. Long time not doing anything because we had to eat Christmas food and festivity food, and we were sick all the fucking time. Mallorca is not a good quarantine zone.
No, absolutely not.
But we're back and better than ever.
Yeah, that just proved it, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
In shape, in good health.
Yes. And we thought it's noon, Saturday morning, noon, whatsoever, and we thought to start with light material. We will go through best movies and worst movies of 2016 with a later glimpse into the future of 2017 and what we can expect of movies.
Let's see how this past year went.
I have a little list that I made with my personal decisions and personal stuff that I thought could be funny or that I liked or hate. So I have 4 categories, and I will start with something that most of the movies are this year, movie sequels.
Okay.
Let's start with Jack Reacher 2. Jack Reacher was a Tom Cruise movie.
Okay, yeah.
And he does the same things that he always do as Tom Cruise. He runs, he fights, but he has shorter hair this time.
This is the one where he's like a bad guy, is it?
No, he's a special agent.
Okay. Well, that's new.
Yes, and Jack Reacher 2, I like the subtitle of the Never Go Back.
It's profound.
Super profound. I think it's based on a novel. I don't know if it's from Tom Clancy novel.
Okay.
I think so. When they made the first movie in 2012, everybody was like, Tom Cruise has nothing to do with Jack Reacher because Jack Reacher is, I think, tall and blonde and good looking and whatsoever. And Tom Cruise is Tom Cruise.
Short.
Sort Yes. And this part, your Canadian counterpart, cooments is part of it. The Robin Scherbatsky from How I Met Your Mother.
Okay.
All right. She's getting kidnapped. Everybody's thinking that Jack Reacher killed some bunch of people or killed her or whatsoever. And yeah, he needs to get her. My description comes from the marketing that I'm getting for the movie. You know, I see a trailer with Tom Cruise sitting in a diner. A lot of people are like dead around him or unconscious, and the sheriff comes into the bar. This is how the trailer starts, and it's like, "You're coming with us. You need to go to jail." And he says something. No, I won't. In 30 seconds, this phone will ring. You will pick it up, and you will let me go. Phone rings. The sheriff has some weird face. And Jack Reacher is able to go because he's a super special agent. And then a lot of action scenes, and Jack Reacher never go back.
My question is, in 2016, how relevant is Tom Cruise anymore? Is Tom Cruise very relevant?
I don't think so.
I mean, if you see a trailer with Tom Cruise nowadays, will that incite you to go, oh, Tom Cruise, I have to see this movie? I think he's following the slope, I think.
Did you saw the trailer for The Mummy, 2017, with Tom Cruise?
No, I haven't.
I will show it to you later. Oh, how I like to call it Mission Impossible 7. Now stuff gets supernatural. Really, you will see it and you will think, this is a fucking Mission Impossible. It's just shitty.
He's typecasted now, I think.
Yes. He looks perfectly just like, how is his name? Ethan Hunt. Well, the year started with, was it this year? Beginning of the year, I don't know. It feels like a January movie. Oh no, October 21, yeah, was of the end. You know, this kind of movies sucked so much they just throw it out in January or February.
Yeah.
Those famous January movies. But no, October 21st. Well, it didn't make well in box office either, so
That doesn't surprise me from what I'm told you.
Gone. Next one. Part 3 of Dan Brown's lovely Robert Langdon books, Inferno. After the Da Vinci Code and Angel and Demons, we got Inferno.
It couldn't go well. I mean, after the flops that were the first movie, everyone was really like, I remember when the Da Vinci Code one came out, everyone was really expecting it. And it was like, nah.
The book was always better.
Usually the books are always better. But I mean, in this case, the movie didn't even come close to making it justice. So.
No.
I mean, after you have that flop, I mean, if the first ones were good, then you know that there's gonna be a lot of people who come to see the sequels or the next episodes.
Yeah.
And I bet you it didn't do very well.
It did okay-ish.
Okay-ish.
I saw the movie, and it's badish.
Okay.
Angel and Demons and Da Vinci Code was way better than Inferno. Tom Cruise did it great, but the story was like... I always think if I'm reading a story in a type of book, it's way more exciting than to see it in a movie. I mean, Tom Hanks did make a great job, as always. He loves Dan Brown and Robert Langdon. This is why he's doing it, because he likes to, nothing else. But then his partner is Felicity Jones, and I didn't have hopes for Rogue One because I saw 2 weeks before Inferno with her, and she did such a flat character that I just said, no, she will not be able to do anything good in Rogue One. She did it good in Rogue One, so I don't know what happened in Inferno because she felt so flat. And the end of the movie is like, yeah, okay.
Oh, no.
Explosion here, virus there, nobody's killed. No, it wasn't good. And plot holes. There were a few plot holes.
Well, I mean, that's why I think that happens usually when you take a book and convert it into a movie. You don't have the time to. There has to be plot holes. It's very difficult for it to not be plot holes.
Yeah, but not obvious one. You're saying, what happened to this? I mean, the Da Vinci Code made the first mistake after 20-25 minutes into the movie where they take the car where they need to escape. Mm-hmm. Tom Hanks and the other girl. And in the book it clearly states they're going into a red Smart. And in the movie the Smart is like yellow. Like, if you cannot even do that, you're not doing a good...
Who knows if there's some secret intention behind that? Well, have you heard about, now that you're talking about cars, I think it was with The Shining. Did you know that there was big, how do you say, like polemic and between Stanley Kubrick and Stephen King? And
Yes.
they changed a whole bunch of things. And I think the Volkswagen represents something as well. You should check that out. It's because it's very interesting. They had a pretty big, I don't know how to say it in English, but they were not happy with each other. So Stanley Kubrick made small little changes just to, to take stabs at Stephen King.
I see the article, so I will...
It's an
later
interesting
read through.
article. You should read it.
No, I know that Stephen King was not happy at all with The Shining
No.
movie. He later did his own mini-series of The Shining, what was even way worse than the original one, but, well, what can you do? Stephen King is not able to do movies.
No.
I remember the trailer I once saw for Maximum Overdrive, where this trailer is only Stephen King saying, do you want a horror? Do you really want to feel the horror? Do you want to have a good movie from a horror writer? I will do Maximum Override. And everyone was like...
Sounds very 80s.
It's machines being alive, and Emilio Estevez and a crew of second characters being in a gas station that cannot
Wow,
go
Emilio
out
Estevez.
because trucks are going around all the time. But later figures that they just need help from the humans for gas or what, I don't know.
It has to be 80s with
It
Emilio
is
Estevez.
so 80s, bro. One of the bad Stephen King ones. I mean, what the fuck? What the fuck movies? There's not much to say about it, but there's another Ice Age movie, 2016. I don't know if it's 5 or 6 already. But it's pass. Next one. Good one. Star Trek Beyond.
Surprisingly, I was okay with it.
You was okay with it. You deeply love it, I think.
I don't deeply love it, but I was expecting I was going to hate it, and I was entertained. It was pretty good.
It was pretty good. We have a review.
Yeah, we
I
do.
will link it, so we will not go way into that because we have like 40 minutes or 1.5 hours review.
Yeah, we
of
can't
this
go
movie.
back to that. But I was pretty okay with it. I mean, I still haven't had the guts to see Khan by Cumberbatch.
I like Star Trek Beyond way more than Star Trek and Star Trek Into Darkness because it was more Star Trek.
Mhm.
And it was not lens flare, it was another director, and you felt it really. It was not this epicness that J.J. Abrams always wants to create and is not able to do it then.
You know, it's still hard for me to consider them Star Trek.
Yeah.
But I mean, it wasn't completely insulting, and I have to see into darkness still one day. You know, it's sort of like I'm scared,
No, we will do that one day. Wasted.
but I was okay with it. It's an action movie. It's not for me. It's not completely Star Trek, but it was okay, entertaining, not completely insulting. So good.
If Star Trek Beyond would have been the first movie in this new remake, reboot universe or whatsoever, would you like it more? Not knowing that, because now you know that Star Trek and Star Trek Into Darkness, that you hate them and that they suck for you, but then you were okay for Star Trek Beyond. So let's say there's just Star Trek Beyond, and leave alone all this.
It could have been a good start.
Okay.
Just to specify, because I still insist in this. I mean, the plot holes are so big in Star Trek. I mean, yeah, from cadet to captain in
3
a
years.
few days.
A few days.
I mean, come on.
Yeah. Nah. Anyway.
They could have just begun the movie series as him as captain, and, you know, with flashbacks, explain how he got to know Spock and stuff.
Yes. There would
And
have been.
and that's it.
I can see that. I like this idea. Did you know that this year there was a new Jason Bourne movie?
I heard something about it.
The fourth one with Matt Damon, the fifth one in general, because the fourth one is with Jeremy Renner, and I don't know what to do with Jason Bourne, but yeah, after a lot of years of talking about it, everyone came together. The script was found. They made another movie. It flopped.
After a while, they should just stop.
Yes. I didn't watch the last one of Jason Bourne. I didn't watch the fourth one. They say it's just plain bad. It has a bad ending. There's no conclusion. There's no nothing. Even how Tommy Lee Jones is in it and just felt like boring.
Well, he went there for the money.
Yeah, some of them do it only for the money.
I mean, I think what is the tops for making, unless it's like sort of like Fast and Furious movies where it's over the top and you know what you're sort of like going for, that you can make 7, 8, and you know,
9, 10.
you're gonna see explosions and things crash and stuff like that. That you're not really in it for the how do you say script value, to say something.
Yeah.
Some people might get pissed off with me, but I mean,
I just heard that Jason Bourne has a very bad ending. To be like the real end to a saga.
okay.
Not planning any more movies, not milking more the cow, just to being the end for Jason Bourne. It's pretty bad.
Yeah, and I mean, besides, it's not like a franchise that has a huge fan base that you can milk it off.
No, I remember Jason Bourne, the first one, was a hit.
Yeah.
Was very good. It had also a good ending. He fell in love and everything is over. And then there is the Conspiracy and the Bourne Ultimatum, and I did not watch them.
But a long time ago. I mean, the first couple of movies were good, but after a while, I mean, just let it go.
Yeah, and then, I don't know, the Bourne Conspiracy, I think it's the fourth one with Jeremy Renner. It's another from those projects where Jason Bourne is coming from. What could have been a good spin-off. I think it was okay-ish, but meh. And then they wanted to give him a real ending and gave him this year Jason Bourne.
Without a real ending.
Without the real ending, as far as I understood, yeah. Ninja Turtles 2, Out of the Shadows, came out this year. And it was the best comic book adaptation ever. I would say so. I think I'm going to be hate now. No, it's pretty good. It's at I didn't like the first one so much with Michael Bay from Michael Bay. The second one is just produced by Michael Bay, but it's more. It's like really like the '80s animated TV show on screen. You have even how the fuck is their name? The fucking pig and the rhinoceros.
Bebop and Rocksteady.
Bebop and Rocksteady are even in this movie. The turtle truck van is in it. Shredder is really in it, not in the first movie. There was something really weird. It flopped as hell, but it was really, really fun.
Was Krang in it too?
Yes, Krang was in it. He was the bad one. And yes, the story was very, very bad, and bad in the sentence that they escape. They take the Foot Clan takes Shredder from prison. Then, in the meantime, Shredder jumps from one truck to the other. He's being teleported to Krang's ship, and he tells them, "I need to do this and this and this, and you're going to help me." And Shredder's like, "Okay." And then they go do everything. They need to find pieces for the Technodome. And then the turtles end up in Brazil for one mission. I don't know how, but anyway, it was fun. It was fun. It was a good adaptation to the animated series of the 80s.
The problem is it's too late. I think the problem now is that it's too late to bring up the turtles. I mean, they're not as relevant as before. I mean, it's not like, say, any other comic book superheroes that I have a very long run and that there's generations that know about them. The Turtles, they had 10 years, 10 very strong years. So, I mean, you're going to have the fan base of people who are between, I don't know, 15, 25, to say something, that were living in the late 80s, 90s. So it's a reduced fan base. So after 30 years to relaunch a movie, I think your expectations in the box office can't be very high.
But you could have done it right if you would not have just concentrated into kids, also in our generation who lived with the movies and with the animated show. Make it a little bit more profounding. Change the casting of April O'Neil. Don't take Megan Fox. Take someone else. Then you could have done something with it. I know what you mean. It's not that turtles are everywhere right now.
Yeah.
But even, I don't know, Iron Man was not everywhere.
But you have Marvel behind Iron Man.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But it was not that you had done before the Iron Man movie that you had so much Iron Man TV shows or toys like you can
Revamp.
Something if you do it right.
But then Iron Man has Marvel behind a lot of money, a lot of advertising. I mean, it's Turtles now is like a long shot, I think.
It is. But you can do it right. I bought the other day a comic book. What is the Ninja Turtles? They fight against Krang.
Mm-hmm.
A portal opens to an alternative dimension, and they end up in Gotham City. Shredder also, and the Foot Clan also, and they team up with Batman. Meanwhile, Shredder is teaming up with Riddler, Arkham Asylum, and Penguin, and so ever. They need to get back home.
Well, I don't think you're gonna see that.
No, but it's really awesome to read it. I didn't thought so, but it was really good. I didn't expect that Batman and the Ninja Turtles would work together.
I wouldn't have expected it either.
What I had a lot of expectations, too much I think, this year was Independence Day 2.
Nah, I did not.
Resurrections. I wanted it to be good so badly.
You know, people might hate me for this, but I didn't even like the first one. Yeah.
No, dude.
And wasn't a fan.
No, you wouldn't be a fan of the second one. Not at all. It's so bad. The last 30 minutes of the movies just like seem like a big video game ending, but ridiculously big. You know, the ship, the second ship arrives to Earth at the beginning, and then at the end, there's like an alien. I don't know if it's like 100 meters tall.
Okay.
It's like the mother alien, and they need to kill it. And there's a sphere during the whole movie. It's from another planet who notifies other planets that be careful, the planets are coming.
Okay.
And then at the last 50 minutes of the movie, Data, Brent Spinner,
Mm-hmm.
it's like, hey, no, the last 5 minutes. 3 minutes even to make it worse. The last 3 minutes, Data is like, after defeating the Queen and whatsoever. The sphere just told me that they live in another planet, in another galaxy. She can take us there and show us how to defeat all the aliens in the galaxy. And then the little brother of Chris Hemsworth just says something like, let's kick some alien ass. End of the movie. That is the last phrase of the movie.
They're preparing for another one, I guess.
But it won't happen.
Cliffhanger.
It won't happen. Could be cool now, take everyone to the other side of the universe or galaxy and more alien, not only the bad ones, other ones.
I think Independence Day, there's reason for big success. When was the movie, in which year was the movie launched?
The original?
The original, yeah.
90... Oh, fuck. I put Independence Day and it shows me the fucking sequel. No, man. 1996.
Okay. I think when the original Independence Day came out, it was the dawn of big CGI and super effects.
Yes.
So, I mean, they invested a shit ton of money in the film, and it was something spectacular for the moment.
Exactly.
At the moment, it was like, oh my God, look at these images. It was just, you know, the first big film to use CGI, I think, was Terminator 2. But then there was a couple that, and Independence Day was one of them, and that's why it was a huge success, because visually it was stunning at the time. It was amazing. But now, you know, 2016, as for last year, it's not something new.
And it was new with Independence Day.
Yeah.
The issue is they tried also to copy stuff from the first one. You saw it. You don't like it, but you saw it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's this awesome speech from Bill Pullman, the president, that still I see the movie and he brings up the speech, and I'm not American, but I'm like, yeah, fuck America, let's go, kill this alien bitches, man. Independence Day. But in the second one, they give them a 1.5 minute speech that sounds like, and we can be together and let's fight them again, okay, guys? So okay, let's go. You're like, what? That's it? And then he goes to the mothership, He wants to destroy it like the crazy brother from Dennis Quaid did in the first
Yeah.
one. And I think he even said, "Hi, I'm back." And then gets killed, his plane gets destroyed. He didn't even hit the ship, and he died for nothing.
A little wink to the original and some laugh, but
Will Smith is not in the movie because he preferred to do Suicide Squad. I know. And there's just in the White House a really big picture of him because his character died in the movie.
okay.
Between movies, trying to, because they have all now this all alien technology from the rest of the ships that crashed, and now Earth is really modern, has flying ships and cars and
Okay.
whatsoever. And yeah, the first test ships from this new technology, he was a test pilot and crashed in the desert and died.
That's so shameful, and what a crappy way to die after saving the world.
Yes. That you're a test pilot after saving the world. I mean, you should be retired.
He could have found something a little bit more fitting, no, for a hero.
Yes. I don't know. And yeah, the story is that his stepson is now following his footsteps, and there is a base on the moon. It's led by Jeff Goldblum. And yeah, then this sphere comes. They attack the sphere. It's supposed to be a good sphere. Then the big ship comes, and then Jeff Goldblum is with little Thor, the little brother of Chris Hemsworth. I will call him Little Thor, in spacesuits on the moon, and there just appears a really big fucking ship, and Jeff Goldblum just says, it's way bigger than the last one. All right. And that's it. And then his father shows up. We don't know how he survives because he's going through a lot of shit through this movie. And he has a school bus with a lot of little school kids that he saved. And that's also weird because it's not fitting. I mean, I know Independence Day 1 is like, it's a Roland Emmerich movie. But still, from all Roland Emmerich movies, it has some story. And I don't know if maybe it's because of the actors, they did the story very well, because maybe with other actors it would be shitty.
Do you know if there was a lot of rewrites?
No clue. I think they just put it on paper and say...
Well, many times what happens is that there's a whole bunch of rewrites.
I never heard neither reshoots or rewrites. It just started, appeared, came, gone. I don't know. No, I know reshoots some often kills this, but no, I think just Roland Emmerich wrote it and said, "Here you go," and everyone was like, "Yay!"
Let's make another one.
And this time, the big weapon from the movie is not this blue laser ray. They have like a gravity gun,
Okay.
and a whole city will be torn from the floor, getting up, and then back on the floor. And they're just flying a spaceship, Little Thor and Jeff Goldblum.
Didn't I see that somewhere else?
Yeah.
Ultron? Are you? Ultron, are you there?
And then they're flying around, Little Thor and Jeff Goldblum in a spaceship, and Big Ben is exploding, and Jeff Goldblum is just in there saying, they always like to get the landmarks. I'm like, all right. So world is getting destroyed, and Jeff Goldblum is being Jeff Goldblum. Bill Pullman, the character of Bill Pullman is
I wonder where they buried Jeff Goldblum from. Where was Jeff Goldblum?
I don't know.
In some shack somewhere.
He was good, but he went crazy those last 20 years, maybe. I think he always was a bit nuts, but now more than ever. Now he's so, I don't know, he feels such a spirit people. I don't know if he's some kind of religion or, I don't know. I don't want
Scientology?
No, I don't think it's Scientology. I think it's just really something weird. I don't know. I have to Google this shit. And yeah, Independence Day 4 was just really bad. It turns out that the character of Brent Spinner is gay. Nothing important. It just turns out.
Man,
But it's also just like boom there. That his best friend, who's because Brent Spinner, he looked very dead in the first movie after the alien attacks him. But he's just in a coma from the first movie until the second one.
Well, we know that now that coma induces gayness, it seems. I'm just kidding.
We could watch it one day, but we won't. Let's just not talk about shit anymore. Let's talk about something good.
Moving on.
Civil War.
Okay, good.
Good, yeah.
Yeah.
War movie.
Good.
Yeah, Marvel, woo! Yeah, Civil War was... I put it in sequels because it's a Marvel story sequel, Captain America or Avengers sequel, I don't know, but
For me, it felt more like an Avengers film.
Yes. Yes, but it's, I don't know, they needed to do a Captain America 3, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, he is the
Main protagonist,
if you see it like this, and Bucky, but yeah, I know there's Avengers 2.5, but it was awesome!
Yeah, very good. Very good. I liked it a lot.
I know it doesn't have to do that much with the actual comic book, but
you can't put it in a film. No.
It's impossible. It's like Age of Ultron. The movie doesn't have anything to do with the comic book. They take the titles, of course. But man, I mean...
This one was better than Age of Ultron for me.
It was darker. Age of Ultron was still a little bit for kids, I think, but now Marvel is just getting to the adults because they're more the fans about it. I like Baron Zemo.
Yeah.
He was not at all like his comic counterpart, but I don't care.
I think they could have done just something, at the end, perhaps, with his glue gun, something that, like, at the final fight, that something explodes and it falls on his face, just to give him that little touch from the comics. But the character was good.
I saw artwork that they tried to do with different type of mask and uniforms and whatsoever. It just did not. No.
It didn't work.
It didn't work. Maybe they're still working on it because he's not dead. He's captured. He can come back. There always can be an accident whatsoever. But it was awesome. Then we have the first appearance of Black Panther.
Yeah.
I was never a Black Panther fan, but it was okay. Everything fitted well.
They're gonna make the movie.
They will make a movie 2018.
The Black Panther is more interesting than most people give to him. I mean, of all the black Marvel characters, for example, Luke Cage is very blaxploitation, very flat. But I mean, Black Panther he's sort of like the Black Captain America.
All right.
I mean, he's and in some senses even like he is a genius. He's one of the smartest men on earth, apart from being very skilled and in martial arts. But he is. I mean, Wakanda is one of the most advanced countries on the earth. Also because it's full of vibranium, so they have shit tons of money. But he is an interesting character when you read a little bit more into the backstory. So I mean, and it was played well. They made him seem very respectable.
Yes.
So yeah, I was happy, and with him. I can't really find any big flaws in the movie.
I don't remember anything. No, it's now the end. Everyone is torn apart. I mean, Tony and Steve will not be talking anymore, I guess, for a while. Still, Steve did send him at the end of the movie this nice letter. I think as flaw, maybe what I would have liked in a way is that Steve Rogers dies.
Yeah.
Oh yes. If then
Bucky becomes Captain America.
Infinity War. Steve Rogers will be back. Why not? I trust the Marvel. Probably they have some kind of plan.
In the next few movies, there's gonna have to be some big kill off. I think we can be absolutely sure
I
about
think
this.
Avengers Infinity War will be the shit.
Hmm.
And a lot of stuff will happen.
Hopefully, I'm expecting. Marvel is doing a great job, I think.
The best thing of Civil War is and still will be Spider-Man.
Hmm.
First of all, nobody expected that they will just give him. Let's not call it a cameo, okay? But not first his own movie and then put him in Civil War. They just put him in Civil War
Yeah.
like he's supposed to be in.
And well put.
Very
And
well put.
I'm expecting the next Spider-Man movie because I think finally we're not gonna get a damn emo Spider-Man.
No, I saw the trailer and it looks pretty
Faithful, no?
faithful for a Spider-Man Marvel movie.
Hmm.
And fuck, Michael Keaton is in it
Yeah.
as the Vulture. As you imagine the Vulture in a Marvel movie with tech, not like the original suit of the comic books. Cannot do that.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't seem a serious villain.
The Shocker is in it.
Okay.
You see it in the trailer for a moment. The guy with the yellow jacket
Uh-huh.
and the Shocker gloves. I don't know who more, but he's really in high school. He looks like a high school kid because I think he's 20. Tom Holland.
Yeah.
So not like I think the last one, Andrew
with
Garfield.
Garfield
He was, or he is right now. Let me check that. Andrew Garfield is 33 years old. So when the Amazing Spider-Man, the first one, came out 4 years ago, he was 29. It does not work. No, he was too cool. First of all, as a Spider-Man, Tom Holland worked pretty much.
Hopefully they will not make. I think they're not going for that. We don't need the backstory again. I mean, it's been done hundreds of times. They can go directly with making, not wasting half an hour and explaining Peter Parker's backstory.
Spider-Man Homecoming will be a sequel to Civil War. It will be after Civil War.
Yeah.
And maybe there will be a flashback. Well, not flashback, I think mention like he speaks with his aunt and they're like, no, your uncle never would have liked that or whatsoever.
Yeah, but that's enough. That's more than enough. They don't have to waste more time with that again.
There was never a casting for Uncle Ben. And if some, let's say, famous person would be cast as Uncle Ben, we would have known.
Yeah.
Also set pictures or whatsoever. They made a lot of scenes outside, and there was never some old guy or shooting or whatsoever. We don't need it. We know it. It's enough. No more Uncle Ben. Maybe in the sequel, if you want to show me a flashback, just a flashback.
Yeah.
All right. And also, it must be a very young Uncle Ben because look at Marissa Tomei.
Best Aunt May I've ever seen.
All right. Let's talk about more badlier Marvel movies this year. X-Men Apocalypse. I think it was
Nah.
cool.
Not bad, but no.
No?
Not bad, but no. I think
There were some flaws.
First
in
Class and Days of Future Past are better. I think this one is the worst of the three. I mean, Apocalypse doesn't even.
It. No, Apocalypse is a joke. He looks like the son from the bed from Ivan Ooze of the Power Rangers movie. What I liked were little stuff like young Cyclops, Jean Grey, maybe, and then later in the uniforms, they looked okay-ish. I did not like at all that Mystique is training the X-Men at the end of the movie. It's like, why? James McAvoy getting bold, all right. Michael Fassbender is a good actor, but there's nothing you can say.
Yeah, and it's sort of like after three movies, the shtick of Magneto not being sure of what he wants to do. It's like, come on, we've done this. This is the third time, going back and forth. I mean, there was a few good scenes in the movie, like really good scenes. I think Quicksilver steals the show.
That's as
And
always.
there's even people who want
Quicksilver
Quicksilver
movie.
solo movie.
But in slow mo the whole time, 90 minutes,
But I mean, that's Xavier's mansion exploding, that scene with Quicksilver, and also the Magneto scene in the
I mean,
forest.
because the mansion must explode.
Yeah.
Because in the comic books, it's getting destroyed every fucking time.
Yeah.
There's more. This movie is more like I remember this good scene and this good scene, and then there's this one scene that was okay-ish.
Yeah.
But you don't say it was a good movie.
As a whole, I mean, it's not bad,
No.
but it's not good either.
No,
It's something you can enjoy watching, but I mean, I was expecting, my expectations were higher.
It has this 80s touch, what fits with the characters like Cyclops and, the girl who played Sansa Stark in Game of Thrones is Jean Grey, and she's playing the same character. Wimey, timey, whatsoever.
Yeah.
There is this bad joke because Bryan Singer directed this one where they came out of the movies watching The Return of the Jedi, and they were not impressed with the movie. I don't know, I don't understand.
Okay.
And then Jean Grey says like, the third one is always the worst.
Well, in this case, she was right, I think.
The Return of the Jedi is not the worst, bro.
The three originals?
Yes.
Usually, if you see most charts, you'll see that they say that it's the worst of the three.
If you need to put them in an order from 1 to 3, I mean, okay,
Empire, New Hope,
New
and-
Hope, but it doesn't mean that it's bad.
No. But she didn't say it was bad. It was the
She-
worst of the three.
I don't know if she said bad. I need to Google that. I think she said it was bad.
I mean, it's the worst of the three. I think everyone can agree that the Return of the Jedi, is still awesome, but it's the worst of the three.
No, but yes, but no. I know what you mean. Before we go to the next big topic, we have 3 sequels that came out and were quickly forgotten. Alice in Wonderland 2. All right. There is the movie of The Huntsman with Chris Hemsworth. There was a Snow White and
Snow
the
White,
Huntsman.
yeah.
And now the Huntsman got his own movie with the White Queen, I guess.
Why do they get into this shit?
I don't know. Next one. London Has Fallen. The sequel to White House? No. With Gerard Butler? What's the name of the first one? London Has Fallen. I don't know if it's the White House Fallen, the first one. Was it called like this? I will cut it out so we see more professional later. I don't know. Olympus Has Fallen. The first one is called Olympus Has Fallen. The second one is London Has Fallen. It's again Gerald Butler as a Secret Service agent needs to protect now the Prime Minister and the President of a big terror attack in London. The poster title, so it's London Has Fallen, and it's Prepare for Bloody Hell. Because we're in London, you get it right? Because they speak like this. All right. I know, they say that the movies are good. If you compare them, it's like not the new Die Hard, but better than those action movies like Fast and Furious,
Okay.
or even the fifth Die Hard. I remembered yesterday there was a fifth Die Hard. I forgot completely. My mind wiped it out. A good day
That
to
was
Die
he was
Hard.
with his son or something in the fifth
Yes.
one, right?
Yeah, the
And
last
they were
one.
in Russia.
Right. Worst thing ever.
Absolutely unnecessary.
Poster says Yippee-ki-yay, Mother Russia. Another good sequel that we missed and should have watched, Netflix made a movie called Pee-wee's Big Holiday.
I can't do it not very well now because of my laryngitis, but so they recovered Pee Wee after all the scandals. He's back.
He's back. It was March 2016. It came out, yeah, Netflix. It has an 82% score in Rotten
Well,
Tomatoes.
that must be, I mean, Rotten Tomatoes?
Yes.
Mm.
Uh,
82 on Netflix. I mean, that's a pretty good score, actually. Very good score.
it has a lot of, well, not a lot of, but a few cameos from famous people.
Hmm.
It's on Netflix, and he looks like always.
Really?
Yeah, it's fucking Pee-wee, man.
Well, that one we'll have to see.
I forgot about it, but it's out there. So yeah,
We'll have to see that one. Because, I mean,
I don't want to say that it's maybe better than the first one. I doubt it, but
no, but I mean, with that, I mean, 82% is critical acclaim, actually.
yeah.
So, I mean, it must be pretty good. We should take a look. I mean, the original, I mean, Pee-wee's Great Adventure, I think is a classic of, your basic
Always.
movies.
Oh
And I used to watch the show as a kid.
yeah.
So, I mean, I would be happy to watch that one. And if it's good, I mean, I'll get a great kick out of it.
We have two left for movie sequels.
Okay.
I will take the worst one first, I think.
Okay.
I don't know.
Let's-
Let's go. It's called Zoolander 2. Number
No, no, no.
2. Yeah, I saw it one day off on the couch. I started watching it. I literally fell asleep. And I was not tired. I got tired from the movie.
Zoolander, the original, was so funny. I mean, what could go wrong? What went wrong with the second part?
Everything.
Everything.
Everything. So it's like Zoolander is not famous anymore because when the first movie ended, 5 minutes later, the whole school fell into the river because it was made of, I know it was made of shit. I don't know. It was not able to hold the construction, and he's forgotten. Yes, he's forgotten, and all this model show theme people changed a lot.
Okay.
But famous models or good-looking people, like for example Justin Bieber, are getting killed by a secret organization, and all of them before dying, because I know it was a lot of pictures on a CIA screen with a lot of famous people who before dying they send a last Snapchat or Instagram or whatsoever. What is blue steel? And then there's Penelope Cruz, who's making some kind of CIA, FBI, or whatsoever agent, and she needs to find Zoolander and then Hansel, and they need to go to a secret mission. And then they take Will Ferrell out of the prison, and he's the bad one again. And then I literally fell asleep. They took Zoolander to a model show, but just to laugh about him because they're old-fashioned.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
Unnecessary.
Full of cameos.
Yeah.
It's basically just a movie with full of cameos because everyone wanted to be in there. I think there were even a few good cameos, but just cameo, Not that you say, oh my god, that's relevant and good for the movie, no.
I don't know.
Benedict Cumberbatch makes a cameo as a model where you don't know if she's a woman or a man, and he's all the time like, no, I'm just it. And you laugh about it because, oh look, Benedict Cumberbatch can make funny stuff also, and blah blah blah. And, yeah. It was a real flop. Nobody liked it. At
Sunday afternoon movie to see on the couch.
After eating what we here in Spain call siesta.
Yeah, a perfect
It's-
movie for siestas.
Just eat, lay down, fall asleep. The question is if with our next movie sequel we would do the same. It's a sequel. It's Batman vs Superman. BV Superman. Batman v Superman. It's a sequel to Man of Steel. So I put it on the sequels.
Okay.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mixed reviews.
A lot of mixed reviews. Basically, it's like I said before with X-Men Apocalypse. There are parts where you say, oh my god, that's awesome. But as one together, it's like, eh?
Do you think that perhaps tried to do too much.
Too much in one movie.
Yeah.
They tried to make 5 Marvel movies in one Batman v Superman movie.
Hmm.
Because the cameos of the Justice League were just too forced. I don't know if you really needed to introduce
Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman.
I think the introduction of Wonder Woman is actually okay. I mean, what I don't get is, I mean, Marvel has done many more films, so it's easier to introduce the team members in a film like The Avengers.
Yes.
But do you think that perhaps they could have done better? I mean, because if the next movie is going to be Justice League, you just see like some files of Aquaman and Cyborg. I mean, it's like, how are you going to suddenly put them in a film?
I don't know if the scene with the fires, I don't think it would have been the worst. I think it was okay. I think that the Batman nightmare sequence was a bit too much. It was an awesome scene in the future with the parademons and this dark, but it did not make any sense. And then this cameo of Flash, where he's like, Bruce, save us. It was too much though. The fires, the nightmare scene, and Barry was too much. If you would just have shown me the cameo of Barry in the middle of the Batcave at the end of the movie, for example, awesome. Just the nightmare scene with some more sense because he just fell asleep in his Batcave and I don't know. All right. And only the fires, cool. I would have I think, wet my pants. But all these 3 together, and then Wonder Woman, and then Doomsday, and just a 15 minutes fight, what was not logical, because if Superman would have arrived to Batman telling, Bruce, Lex got my mom, and he wants us to fight, in the meantime she's going to kill her, I need your help, Bruce would have been like, oh, all right.
Yeah. Let's not start a useless fight.
It was like Lex all the time, believe me, please.
Yeah.
Let's talk later, but
And
my
you know
mom...
about the family history of the Luthors, don't you, Bruce? Or don't you, Batman?
If you want, we can fight later. If Superman would have said, we can fight later, but he's got my mom, and I love her, and I need her to save. I don't
And
know
her
if you
name
would-
is Martha.
And the name is Martha. I don't know if you had a family or have a family, but can you help me? They would have gone. The fight was okay-ish for the 15 minutes, but I was wondering in the middle of the fight, how are they going to end this? And it's like, save Martha! What? No. Really? I know that name. Who told you that name? And it ended like there.
It's okay-ish, but
It's okay, but it's...
DC has a lot of homework to catch up with Marvel, I think.
I don't know, there was a lot of... I saw the 3 hours extended version.
Okay.
It's half an hour more than the
You say it makes it have a little bit more sense, right?
Yes.
Okay.
You know why it makes more sense that Lex makes Batman and Superman fight. There are a lot of more Kent's investigation scenes. As a reporter, actually, where you say, "Oh my God, Clark Kent is useful," and yeah, it doesn't make it so much better, but it makes it a bit better. Still, for me, the best part of all those movies is Batman. I'm convinced of Batfleck. I don't have any problem that he's killing people because Tim Burton Batman did the same. They already told in interviews that in Justice League he will say basically that he is sorry for that he killed everyone. Probably he will say something like, I lost Jason Todd and since then I lost my faith of humanity. And yeah, okay, but Batfleck was the Batcave, the Batmobile. The fight scene in the warehouse was just freaking awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, and the worst I think was Luthor. I couldn't stand him. And I just no.
I understand what...
Even though if it's his son,
Yeah, when
I can't imagine a Luthor like that.
when they said in the beginning of the movie, when my father, because I am Alexander Luthor Jr., I was like, no, he's not Lex. You know, he is not Lex. Make him bald. He's still not Lex. He's Alexander Jr. Because it's so fucking canon that the father of Lex Luthor is Lionel Luthor. Always was, always will be. So he's literally the son of our comic book Lex Luthor. And no, I think maybe they will change him because he will appear in Justice League. He will hire Deathstroke at the end of the movie or something. I don't know, spoilers, rumors, whatsoever.
Deathstroke is what the rumors say most. Deathstroke, I would be interested.
Deathstroke will be the main villain for the Batman movie.
Yeah, okay, that's what I heard, yeah.
But he will probably have a cameo in Justice League. Played by Joe Manganiello. What is his name? Joe Manganiello. I know, but if you see his face, you're like, all right, yes, he's Deathstroke, totally. It's going to be a fucking awesome Batman movie.
If you have to make pure action, I think Deathstroke is, the other side of the coin with Batman. I mean, you can make perfect action scenes. Good choice if they do them right, I think.
The thing is that there are problems right now because everyone is saying, yeah, the Batman movie starts shooting next spring, and Ben Affleck is like, always, no. There's no script. Warner Brothers is forcing me, but I've told them that I will break my contract if they're still forcing me. There is no good script. I will not do a mediocre Batman movie. I will want to do a good one.
Okay. Well, good for Ben.
Yes, I believe it. I don't think that he's like the biggest Batman fan actually, but I think it could work because he is a good director actually. It's not like Ryan Reynolds and Tim Miller who love Deadpool, and you got motherfucking awesome Deadpool movie. We'll go later to Deadpool. This was movie secret. Anything more for Batman v Superman? Good scenes, good scenes. Like Zack Snyder stuff. Always there is good. It looks good.
Was expecting more. Was a little disappointed. It wasn't pure crap, but it wasn't sheer awesomeness.
You came out and you were like,
yeah.
Well, I came out like very exciting because it was like so much in one movie, but after watching it 2 times again, I was like, oh.
Yeah, you have to settle down to make the.
I mean, you just came out of the movies and watched Batman v Superman, okay? You got a fight between Batman and Superman, and after the fight, he says like this Martha thing, and you're like, should I hate this now? But then you see Ben Affleck in this fucking awesome armor suit, Batman, you're like, oh, that's okay. But then you watch it again and again, you're like, okay, story-wise...
That the Save Martha is going to be a shtick for them for a long time. Like, I hate sand.
It's like, it's everywhere and...
It gets in my cracks.
Like, every year there's not just movie sequels that we have to go through. There were even some remakes. And I think of my list there is no good one at all. I will start with the worst.
Let me. Okay, I'm sure I know which one it is.
It's called Ghostbusters.
Should we go really in depth with this because we can be for hours?
No,
and we already made a review, I think, about this one.
No, but for our Spanish podcast, not for not for 2 guys with a beard. I think we could do an episode again in English, but I don't want to. I don't know.
This was a.
It's not because they're all women, okay? I don't have any problem with it. It's just plain bad. If they would have been all
I do have a problem with that. I mean, it's also really bad. I mean, the worst part of it is that it's bad. But then you have the political issue behind it, but it's horrible. It's horrible.
From lame story to bad casting.
To terrible jokes.
Very terrible jokes.
Obvious cameos.
The cameos were so freaking bad.
Yeah.
I mean, no, the just were so bad. It's because it's a remake. If you would have made them the cameos of Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, and the other one, like we are old mentors from the Ghostbusters Academy or something like
I think the
this.
best cameo was Spangler's bust.
Spangler's bust.
And that's so you can have an idea how
yeah.
bad the other ones were.
The director's cut has, I think, 15 or 20 minutes additional footage, and 15 minutes of this are just dance scenes.
Dance scenes.
Yes.
Really?
Where they start to dance because they're happy about something or whatsoever, and then they just like start to dance.
Do you remember in the whole movie
Remember the time
laughing once?
about the bad subtitles that we downloaded.
Yeah, that was the funniest part. But I mean, it was,
No.
I remember like maybe twice, like sort of doing like something like that, but not really laughing.
Could have been because of Chris Hemsworth Kevin character, but I don't know, because I don't remember anything of the girls that was like.
Not even Chris Hemsworth. I mean, there was I couldn't find anything remotely funny. I mean,
Nope.
I felt after the movie dirty. It was sort of like insulting. I don't, you know.
I think I smiled with the cameo from Dan Aykroyd
In the taxi.
as in a taxi, and I'm not afraid of I ain't afraid of ghosts. And when he left,
It's
it was-
just
going to
five
Chinatown.
category 5 full roaming vapor or something like
it was
that.
okay. And the one from how's his name? Not Bill Murray, the other one.
Oh, damn.
The forgotten Ghostbuster.
Yeah. Ghostbuster black guy, we forgot his name. We're gonna get a lot
You
of
said
shit
it.
from the social justice warriors now.
Ernie Hudson.
Ernie Hudson, yeah.
Was fun.
Yeah.
I liked I don't know the blondie names, the blondie crazy bitch Ghostbuster who made the machines and everything.
Well, she was a.
She was fun. If you tell me that you would have made a Ghostbusters movie, like they planned years ago with the Ghostbusters Academy, original one are retiring and mentors or whatsoever, you would have made a group of 5, like. I don't know, 2 guys, 3 girls, 3 guys, 2
They
girls.
could have even like put like say that they had children, like they could have made Oscar, you know, that was Sigourney Weaver's son in the second film. Like he should be by now like in his mid
20s,
20s,
30s,
almost 30s.
yeah.
He could be perfect, like, you know, for a Ghostbuster position, and you know Bill Murray and the rest of the guys are showing, and you can put some females in there. And make it, you can make a sequel that you know that you don't know that they're shoving some sort of political views down your throats, and then it was a crappy movie. I mean, they could have done it so much better, and
Like, I don't know, Stargate is serious. Like, there is a whole franchise of Ghostbusters. There's GBT1, GBT2, stuff like this. But no, we got this crappy thing.
It was horrible.
It was the worst. And they officially already said that there will be no sequels.
Well, that's the best news that we
From
got.
2016 from now, yeah. With everything who died, we killed the new Ghostbusters franchise.
No, I'm fine with that. If it was gonna be like this, I'm fine.
I don't know. I don't know. It's we can make not watch it again, but we can make an episode alone about this one day.
Yeah, please not watch it again.
Don't watch it again.
No.
What I did not watch because it's like this dude what meme. There's a remake of Ben-Hur. Came out this year. It made even negative numbers, I think, with a illogical ending. It's just the worst. But yeah, there was another Ben-Hur movie.
Why would you make a Ben-Hur movie?
It's the
Doesn't
question.
make any sense.
They spent a shitload of money. I know Morgan Freeman is in it, but he's in a lot of stuff. So
Yeah, I mean,
doesn't surprise me. Um, Everybody ignored it. It didn't make any money at all. It has a really bad score because Ben-Hur is still one of those classic movies that you can watch, no problem.
You can watch it as it is. I mean, you don't need a remake of that. Why?
Also, sad but true, uh, the regular movie goer nowadays will not go watch Ben-Hur. No, it's no action, it's no nothing. It's like
Was the time when the movies there was these, well, not only say based on the Bible, but in history in general. I mean, when they spend, on Cleopatra, and all these, they spend for the time all the money that they spend on locations and sets and stuff. Those were the big blockbusters, and that was the main theme, history, and well, you also had biblical movies. But it just doesn't, slide now. No one really cares about that. So why are you making a movie about that? And spend, I mean, who are the producers? Who had the bright idea to give a green light?
And this was part 1 from our Goodbye 2016 and Hello 2017. Next part will be online next week. Thank you for listening.